Hey, everybody. Welcome to Don't Make Me Come Back There. We are a funny podcast about family. My name is Dustin Nickerson. I'm a stand-up comedian and the host of the aforementioned podcast. And alongside me in our state-of-the-art recording studio above Public Square Coffee in downtown La Mesa is my lovely wife, clinging an empty glass, Melissa Nickerson.
I shot my shot.
Empty glass and a full heart, well as producer Andy Lara.
Heyo.
He's here. We're here. Everybody.
The AC's on?
AC's on. Turn the AC off, Andy.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
You can't even
Get Stephen English back in here. He's writing a paper right now. I don't know what Stephen's doing.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
What do you think the odds are that Stephen still listens to the podcast?
Okay.
We had a peaceful breakup. He's one of my good friends.
I was at a housewarming party with Stevens. And he told me that they grade on a curve in his MBA program, and he's doing great.
I miss Steven.
Yeah, I just I want to see Steven like a little backpack.
Yeah.
Going to his night classes.
Just a grown man with children, with 2 kids going.
Just getting that MBA.
Rest in peace. Mm-hmm. Gone forever.
Yep.
Stephen English.
He's not. He literally lives a mile away from us.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Tuning in. We got a lot to get to today. I got a good overshare story. I got a weekend recap of being back in the Northwest, which I'm going to be back again this weekend. But, this is, who knows when this is coming out.
Right.
We want to talk about gas prices. We want to talk about trying to fill up fall break. We want to talk about going to 1-year-old birthdays, talking about homecoming. Lots of stuff to get to. But before we do that, you guys have been leaving reviews.
I'm hooked,
You're
Dustin.
hooked.
I'm hooked.
That was good? Yeah. We were talking about how my intros need to get better. Here we go. Here's some, you guys have been leaving reviews and keep doing it. You're doing a great job. You guys are doing a great job, but keep doing it. Like this one right here, 5 stars. The shame work, Dustin. This is from BMAC 19934. That sounds like a rock station. Welcome back to BMAC 1933.
Put an X on that.
Yeah.
WB Mac.
Last Track is from Poison 1988. Just started listening to episode 266 where Dustin shamed us for listening but not leaving a review. So here I am to leave a review. Love this podcast. I found Dustin from Kev on Stage Keep Your Distance comedy show, and I've been following his career plus content ever since. I'm a black female millennial, and Dustin is now in my top 10 favorite comedians. I did not read it for that reason, for the record. I did not. I just picked a 5-star. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. BMAC 1999 and this one right here.
Thank you.
5 stars from DJ Repeaters. Unashamed. Dustin did not shame me into leaving this for review. I'm writing on my own volition. I appreciate Dustin and Melissa for their insights and willingness to share their life with us. This is my favorite listen each week. You can only listen to a comedy special a certain number of times, but it's a joy to listen to Dustin's new thoughts each week. Hashtag PNW love. Sorry, I'm in full radio DJ. Then this next one out goes to Jeremy, stuck in I-5 traffic. Hope you get through those S-curves okay, Jeremy.
The S-curves.
That was 405. Too much stuff.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Patrons, you guys were great. We had a Zoom hang last night.
We sure did.
Woo! Mm-hmm. Melissa was on. I got Melissa laughing about Melissa's life. Nothing makes Melissa laugh more than old Melissa stories. Talked about
some of them.
Yeah, some of them. That's true. Nothing brings out an emotion.
I know. I got going. I hope that the patrons enjoyed that behind the scenes content.
Yeah, it's really, really good stuff. You get to learn about Melissa. The poor days of.
I forgot how frugal I was.
Yeah. I miss that girl. I would love. Dustin starts making a little bit, emphasis on the little bit of money, and this girl's like, Right before we turned on this podcast, Melissa's like, well, I've never seen a concert from a box. I've only gone to games in a box. All right. And Andy's like, okay, that sounds awesome.
I think I went to one hockey match in a box, but I think I might have just seen a picture of you in a hockey match in a box.
Hockey match?
Hockey game. I don't think I've been in a box.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't matter.
Well, religiously, we've been in a few boxes in our life. But it was good. The Patreon Zoom hang was a good time. Everybody, Patreon's a way you can get a lot from a little extra. You get the video a day early. You get extra videos. You get meet and greets at the shows. Jason and Francis up in Vancouver. VIP meet and greet. Pre-show at the Mountain in Vancouver. We're hanging out backstage. We're talking. There's a dog. It's a good, not their dog. There was just a dog backstage. It's still a rough time in society to be someone that has dog trauma like I do. Because I like dogs, but I'm nervous around them. And they are everywhere. But
they are.
Jason and Francis did not make me nervous. And they brought chocolates, which we have eaten so many of. Oh, is it Purdy's? Is that what's the name of the...
I don't.
I want to look this up because it's so good. Vancouver.
It's this Canadian chocolate
All you need
company.
to know about my Google search list is the auto thing that it did was a Vancouver Tiki Bar. Purdy's. Yeah, Purdy's Chocolatier. That's what it's called. Chocolatier. You get it? It's very...
It's pretty good.
Oh, gosh. Oh my! Look at that face. You love it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, anyways, a couple of quick things. How to Be Married to Melissa is now available on paperback. If you haven't already gotten about that, do that. And also, upcoming shows. New one, very much.
We got a new one.
It's guys. This is next weekend. October 27th, 28th, Irvine, California. I'm doing my first weekend at the Irvine Improv. Over the years, I've been what I call a school night headliner.
You did Wednesday.
And then I got promoted to
Sunday?
Seasonal headliner. I went school night to holiday headliner, where I did the holiday weekends, and then I was doing seasonal headliner, which is certain times of the year and on holidays. I would, and now I am officially dropout headliner.
Also, you could say it's Halloween weekend.
That's true. Yeah,
but Halloween isn't over the weekend.
Fill-in headliner Dustin Nickerson. If you're an FYI, if you see someone announcing a date 10 days away, then somebody else canceled. I don't know who did cancel, but to quote the booker, I'm gonna have to comp the bejesus out of this room.
Check my schedule.
Yeah.
You guys should buy tickets.
You guys should buy. Oh yeah.
You know the worst.
Oops.
I have been at the Improv with you, and someone goes, again, this was the Brea Improv, and it was a fill-in. And someone goes, yeah, today I got a free comp ticket even though I already bought a ticket.
Yeah,
and you're like, well,
sorry about that, guys. I also have another new date on sale. This is...
Thanks for supporting the arts.
Thank you. They're like, do you get a chunk of that money?
Ooh. Very small chunk.
It is good. It actually still does help me for you to... Because ultimately... What the club cares is how many tickets you sold.
And they look at the time before and the time before and the time before.
Exactly.
You have to, they crunch the numbers.
Yeah, you like it. That's why we like working Mic Drop here in San Diego. Like we're scheduling our weekend in June for that. And they got emailed today. It was like, look how much you've grown. You're like, thank you. I've been working quite hard. Speaking of working quite hard, and then the kind of. I guess that kind of, you know what?
The last leg?
The kind of, and then I take a month off, and then the last leg, which is like 4-month leg. I don't know if we call that a leg. 3-month leg, something like that. Starts in Angel of the Winds Casino in Arlington. We added that. Arlington, Washington. It's in between Canada and Seattle. And then we go to Phoenix for CB Live. Okay, no, I did a good job on this. Okay, and then we go to December, 1st and 2nd, Phoenix, 3rd, Las Vegas, 7th through 9th, Cleveland, 10th, Liberty, Ohio, that's NC, 13th, Columbus, 14th through 16th, Pittsburgh, 17th, Buffalo, 29th through 31st, Indy. And then we go into January, 13th through 14th, Brooklyn, 18th through 20th, Kansas City, 21st, St. Louis, 25th through 27th, Philly. February 1st through 3rd is Portland, the 8th through 10th, D.C., 22nd through 24th, Grand Rapids, March 7th, Spokane, and March 10th, Seattle. That's good. I did good there. Skip the club names, right?
Yeah, or even the dates. Just say February. But yes.
Okay.
Well,
I feel like I'm just being helpful.
I feel like when I listen to Marin, he always says the club name.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
but
really good.
He's also like he reads ads like nobody.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this isn't news. This isn't news.
You like Melissa's telling you about better podcasts?
No. That
was great.
You know what?
Mark
that wasn't my.
He's pretty good.
Have you heard of him? Yeah. Anyway, I'll stop.
Callback. Callback. That's what they call that in the business.
I keep hitting the mic in weird ways.
Yeah. We are, you guys, it's a double episode day.
I'll find it. Don't look at me.
Oh, I haven't told you this. Okay. I have a new stranger overshare.
Great.
To tell you.
It was me.
I actually I actually have coined, I want this to be a regular, we have Dustin's Comedy Corner.
A new segment.
It's called Stranger Danger.
Okay.
Maybe Strangers Dangers. Strangers Dangers. What do we think? Stranger Danger? Stranger
the S is hard.
Stranger Danger with Dustin. I've shared so many of these where a stranger or very loose affiliate shares a big, like something pretty serious with me. This one's not like super serious, but it is. Okay. So sometimes when you do a gig, you have a runner. You have someone who picks you up from the airport or the hotel and takes you to the gig. This happened to me recently. Guy picks me up from the hotel. We're driving to the gig. It's a private gig. And
it's often the runner.
It's often the runner. It's so often the runner.
They need to talk.
And this guy was a sweet, lovely dude, and I like him. And we were very much small talking. He goes, we're like, it kind of was like a brief lull. And he goes, there's like, I mean, I'm 5 seconds lull. And he goes, I think I got scammed on the phone today. And I was like, what? I was like, it's lead-in. He's like, yeah, somebody called me and was pretending to be my bank. And I was like, okay. Like, this is a crazy thing. Because we were like, do you have kids? Where'd you grow up? I think I got scammed on the phone today. Like, it was such a, we had not gotten anywhere near there. And he goes, yeah, these scammers, they've gotten so good. Like, it rang like a number that like looked like my bank's. And I Googled it, and it was my bank's number. And it was this, and the guy was like, hey, we need some of your account changes. We need to get some of your information. And it was on speaker. And he was like, are you sure you're my bank? Because you don't sound like my bank. Like, this sounds very...
gosh.
And he's like, and it went on for like 5-10 minutes. And he's like, I don't know, like, what did you say your name was? And what's the address? And like a lot of the stuff was like kind of checking out, but it felt very suspicious. And he put it on speaker. And then the wife, it was in the background. He's like, yeah, and then my wife was in the background. And she's like, that doesn't sound like the bank. What are you doing? And like, she did this, like, she said it like 4 or 5 times. Like, that doesn't sound like the bank. And then the guy on the phone goes, tell that to shut up.
Oh, my gosh. So it's not the bank.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that wasn't the bank.
The was right. He blew his cover.
And I was like, the scammer was so close.
Yeah.
They were so close to...
Now, what you need to do is get the guy alone without his wife in the background.
The poor guy was like, oh, gosh, I'm so close to getting this idiot.
Need one more number on your account number.
And I was like, oh, my. And that's like, I mean, talk about losing a fight in real time. Talk about knowing you were wrong in the scenario to just be like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. But the craziest part of this story is that he told me. Like, I was like...
Yeah, I would tell someone that.
That day, a stranger.
Yeah, I would.
You would.
I think I would tell that story, too. That's kind of like I'm going to tell this stranger, this, like, really random, funny thing that happened today. I mean, it only works out of the blue. How do you even get to that?
That's true. That's true. You actually probably don't want to tell a friend that. But do you want to tell a comedian that with a platform?
That's different.
That is so funny.
Isn't that amazing?
That is so funny.
I've been holding that story in for 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, what a gem.
So good. So good.
Wow. That is so funny.
Speaking of so funny, we had a bunch of great shows in the Northwest this last weekend. For those of you who came out to Vancouver, BC, the Martin. Martin's amazing because it's another good example of like how you'll see me opening for some big comedian and then you'll come see me headline in a tattoo shop, which is not an exaggeration. It was very much a tattoo shop on the outskirts of downtown.
Didn't you say it was like you had to go up a stair?
You had to go up a stairwell. It
room.
smelled so much like weed, and it was like so fun, which is fine. It's legal there, but like you get there, it's just so funny seeing so many minivans there. The booker, who was a nice guy, and he's like, "This is a little older crowd than we normally have." I was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, you booked me." I mean, I'm an older comic than you normally have, you know. But he's like, "Oh, it's great to see some fresh audiences here," and you're like, I mean, yeah, they should. The Montagn's a great show, and you know, we kind of walk that line, I think, of introducing a lot of highbrow domestic folk to, you know, the kind of more indie underground scene that is stand-up comedy, and always been there. But I mean, especially when they see me with Taylor and Nate playing. I mean, I literally
the best theaters in the country.
You went from a place called the Grand Victoria Theater to the Montan, which is very much a tattoo shop. And I'm performing in front of a chain link fence. That
reminds me of your Atlanta play.
Yes.
Everyone was like, gosh, we never come into the city.
Yeah. What was the name of we played in? That place ruled. I want to play there again next year. That was so fun.
Because I think most people live like 30 minutes outside of the city.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
A lot of people were like, I had some people recommend, like, DM me, they're like, you should come here next time. It's in the burbs. And it's like, here's the problem with playing the burbs, is you don't know which burb. Not everyone lives in one burb. You're asking me essentially to come
to your burb.
To your burb.
But
you want me to come to
if you're an hour
you want me to come
side.
to your YMCA.
Yeah.
And you're like, I know, but there's multiple YMCAs. I have to come to the one in the city.
The city one will get all the burbs.
Everyone will come in.
For the most part.
Some people will come in. That's what's nice about here in San Diego is Claremont. Claremont is a true central burb play. There are not a lot of geographic things like that where I felt like an outskirt, right at outskirt of the city is where, because I'm a grown up. Downtown's always a hassle. It's always a hassle. You like just, but you don't want to have to like when you. It's the hard thing about playing Burbank. Like Burbank's great to play, but you don't want to send people from West LA to Burbank. Anyways, Irvine, October 27th, 28th.
That's my Irvine.
Great burb, great central burb,
great central burb. People do come into Irvine because you get
south in North County.
It's south of North County, and Brea and them will come in. But I'll tell you, you know where people won't come from inland. They're like, that's the cutoff.
Oh, yeah, no.
You're not going to get them.
No.
I have some Riverside fans that have been like, you got to come to Ontario, the Ontario Improv. And you're like, I don't want to. It's so far.
Both great malls, though.
That is a great mall. But is there a better mall than the Irvine Spectrum Center?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Boy, do I know it.
October 27th, 20. Oh, it's so funny because I had to book a hotel further, and the first one I typed in Irvine was the John Wayne International Airport that you stayed at for a
volleyball tournament
on your birthday, where I sent you some. I sent you an edible arrangement for your birthday.
Yeah, and I told you I ate it over the sink late at night.
I mean, that is the most. That is a volleyball mom on her birthday.
With the 9-year-old.
Just having a skewer of fruit.
Oh, it's incredible.
The worst look.
Sharing a room with your 9-year-old.
But making a healthy choice.
Not really. It was delicious.
It was delicious.
I have no regrets.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we were talking about how Seattle needs a burb comedy room.
It's weird it doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Totem Lake, there's these Kirkland kind of strip malls that aren't amazing.
Yeah.
But it'd be so easy to put an improv or something in.
Yeah. Go tell them, Mel.
Yeah, it's so easy. I just feel like they have an audience.
You know how cheap property at Bell Square is.
Yes. Now, it's interesting that they haven't gotten.
Well, March 10th, Crocodile.
Yep.
Downtown, everybody. Swing out.
Free Sunday parking.
Free Sunday parking.
Mm-hmm.
Or Arlington, October 25th. That is not a burb. That is.
November. Yep.
What did I say?
You said October.
Well, I meant November.
Fine.
Look it up.
Fine.
Jeez. Unbelievable. Last weekend was great. I've been Northwesting so hard this
so much.
last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
We are 2 months, All-Star game, the first pitch thing, shows, doing the Paramount with Nate this last weekend, doing the Paramount with Taylor this coming weekend. And then March, we're promoting a show out there. And then going to that Husky Oregon game, which is like the craziest football game I've ever seen. And because one of the guys, like the chief revenue officer, is like a fan. And he DM me like, "Do you want tickets?" I'm like, "Yes, I would love tickets." And then he's like, "We have your on the field pass." And you're like, "What?" And you're just down there, and you're like, "Oh, well, there's Cedric the Entertainer's down here. That's cool." And then you're looking at it, he's like, "Oh, Julio Rodriguez is right there." There's this great shot of. It was all over ESPN, and on the ESPN socials, the coach, Kalen DeBoer, had a custom-made jersey for Julio Rodriguez, and he's presenting it to Julio. Mm-hmm. And then my dumb face is back there, having no idea that I was on camera, just kind of hanging. I wish I would have known because I'd have clowned it up a little, but I was just like, why am I down there? And I was there randomly.
You're just sweating.
With Joe List, one of my favorite comedians who I hung out with. Like, Joe List and I had never met. And Joe List filled in this last weekend. Like, he came out and did the show. Joe List is nobody's opener. He's incredible. Like, he's so funny. Again, one of my absolute favorite comedians. And he was like, I had an extra ticket and he wanted to go to the game, and I knew there was probably a slim chance that Nate was going to go, but there was like, somebody will want to go, and then Nate was like, "Hey, do you want Joe List to go?" I'm like, "I would love Joe List to go." So Joe List and I went from never meeting, had never hung out, we'd never talked, we'd never interacted in any way, to like the best first date ever. That we woke up and we met and we're like, "Hey, let's go to the U District." And go, and we got there, and I was like, "Oh, the guy has field passes." And Joe's like, "What? Who are you?" Like, we have field passes. And Joe he's kind of adopted the Northwest. He's got family, like, or friends there. And I think he said family. Yeah, he does have family there, too, because he talked about his nieces and nephews and stuff. And
nice.
And it's great. But he had, like, had some Husky gear that he had lost. And so he's wearing a Red Sox hat and a Pac-12 shirt, like the conference. I was like, "You look like you work for the Pac-12. You're just like out here, just like keeping an eye on things, wearing a Red Sox hat and a Pac-12 T-shirt." But we went down. I mean, you're like we're there as they came out of the tunnel. It was unbelievable,
Wow.
And like when you're next to like a D1 football player, like Michael Penix might win the Heisman. He's gonna be. You're like, "Oh, I'm like a nobody human." Like these are like unbelievable specimens of athlete.
Yeah.
And Joe was like, "I'm shaking. Like this is okay." It was unbelievable. It was so fun. And then to perform at the Paramount where we saw Norman Lovitz years ago. It's just, it was a crazy Northwestern. So hard this weekend. It's wild. Or like this last 6 weeks. Enough that I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, you got a couple more trips though.
I mean, I don't know what it's the last Seahawk game that I went to was the Marshawn Lynch Beast Mode playoff game where we won. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to go to another game. That's what I feel.
That was the best.
It's going to be hard to, because a lot of people were saying this Oregon-Washington game was the biggest, like the best game in Husky Stadium history. That's a program that's over 100 years old. You're like, well, I'm probably good then. Mm-hmm. Well, those field, and it was nationally televised, which is why there were so many celebrities there and stuff. It was
okay.
And you went to a 1-year-old birthday party.
I did,
which is its own celebrity. You were the celebrity at that party.
No, the 1-year-old was
the one. Oh.
Yeah, it was really sweet. So day 16 of fall break on Sunday. Our sweet neighbors invited us over.
Yeah.
Just like, "Hey, we're having a party tomorrow. You guys should come by." And
Shelly and Kathy,
we
invited you over.
So I like baited Claire with like, "If you finish this math page, we can go."
This is their grandbaby. Shelly and Kathy.
Yeah, they have like 4 grandkids.
Okay.
And so it's the youngest.
Shelly and Kathy, our neighbors are the best neighbors. They're unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Because is it Shelly or Kathy's daughter has a bakery?
Oh, Shelly's daughter, I don't think she's baking at the moment.
Okay, well, but she is a good baker, so she would just like, "Hey, there's cookies on your..."
Yeah, like the frosted ones with characters, like out of this world. Like they give the kids Easter baskets, like they're over the fence.
Yeah.
They're so nice.
Yeah.
So kind.
World's
and
best
they
neighbors.
they're like great hostesses too. Like they have the perfect yard, and
And
so
you're like, don't look over our fence.
well, the funniest part is that every party that they host, Claire hops the fence to go
Yeah.
over there, and then I drive around.
It'd be funny if you hop the fence.
Yeah, and
Like,
that's always
who's that 30-year-old woman hopping the fence?
that's always the joke is like, oh, you didn't hop the fence?
Oh, yeah.
So
it's an easy one. It's right there.
So Claire always makes an entrance at these parties, but it was so cute, and also I told my friends on my group text, like, do you guys remember 1-year-old birthday parties?
Yeah.
Like, she had the whole chalkboard sign with like
Aw.
all the facts about this baby. Like, it was really sweet,
Yeah.
and they had a trail mix bar.
What?
Make your own trail mix. It was like a wilderness theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Shelly, this is so funny. The 3-year-old wanted to help her dip the marshmallows like in chocolate and then graham cracker crumbs. So she let the child do that, her grandchild.
Yeah.
Child went to bed and she redid it, like took them off the sticks and redid it. So it looked nice.
That's nice.
You know, for the guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will
But-
say, like,
It's really sweet.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a birthday for a 1-year-old is actually still a pretty great time for an adult because the 1-year-old can't be happy or sad based on its circumstances.
Well,
the-
this is a
the
good
1-year
baby.
The 1-year-old,
You know?
Well, the 1-year-old doesn't
Yeah.
care about the party, so it's still kind of catered to adults.
Yeah, so they still had like the little jumpy
Yeah.
bouncer. Like, this wasn't the dilemma that happens is like when you have like 10-year-olds
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah,
hey, you guys
if
are
it's
going
the
to
youngest sibling, you're
trample-
screwed.
Yeah.
If
you're
it's
going
the
to trample
first-
the baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
I guess what I'm saying is a 1-year-old birthday party is fun as long as you don't have a 1-year-old there.
Yeah, sure.
Well, they had swings. They had
Yeah.
they had a sand.
A kid's birthday
Table.
party without a kid is a blast. You're like, I'll watch a clown.
I did. I hold the baby for a sec.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, a kid's birthday party without a kid is fantastic. It's my kids that ruin that kid's birthday party.
You have a stick with a marshmallow on it?
Oh my gosh. There's drinks. You ever get a little tipsy at a toddler birthday party? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have a toddler you have to look out for, you're like, oh my gosh, this is a dream. I love. Oh my, is that a candy bar?
You guys got vanilla and chocolate cupcakes?
Oh my gosh, this is a wilderness theme. I love animals.
Would you like a fox goodie bag or a bear goodie bag?
Get a goodie bag. Is that pizza? And you mean to tell me?
I get a swing at the pinata?
Yeah. Yeah. You mean to tell
You lied.
You mean to tell me, just so I'm clear, you mean to tell me that this party has candy, pizza, vegetables, and alcohol? This is everything I want as a 38-year-old. All of it right there, and all I have to do is sing happy birthday to this 1-year-old? Is it my birthday? It feels like my birthday. But when your kids get there, you're like, oh, gosh.
Well, it's cute because Claire is the youngest in our family.
Mhm.
So she'll go over, she'll hop our fence and go play with their grandchildren.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm really good with little
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, you're like that's
'cause
because you're the baby in our family and you still kind of like doing little kid stuff.
they'll follow her around.
Yeah.
And she like held the baby.
Yeah.
You know, like on the bench.
Mhm.
It was adorable.
Claire had this really cute gosh, childhood is heartbreaking. We had this really cute conversation because she wants to be a Teletubby for Halloween, and right before we were going to bed, she goes like, "Well, what if the other kids make fun of me for this?" And I was like, "Well, they might." I always with our kids, I tell them like that it might happen. I go, "Well, they might," and people say the things that they say, and then you'll just go on with your life. And it'll be over, you know. Like, and I go, people will make fun of you no matter what. You can't do the things you want to. You can't do things in life based on what people might say or think because they're always going to say something. So you just have to do the things you want. So at least if you get made fun of, you were doing the thing you want. And she goes, "What if they think it's childish?" And
Yeah.
I go, they might, you know. I go, but I think they'll think it's funny. And she goes, "Well, I don't want them to think I'm childish." And I was like, okay. And then she grabbed her baby blanket.
Snuggled.
And her child, like, stuffed Marshall. She's like, I don't want them to think I'm childish. And then I was like,
it's a juxtaposition.
it's like childhood is so heartbreaking. It is.
Well,
And I
fourth
tell her
grade is like that is like the pinnacle.
Well, and I tell
you
them
know?
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm childish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the most childish costume ever. It's okay, but
But if you don't have to wear it to school,
yeah,
you could just wear it on Halloween night because they have a dress up day.
yeah,
And you're like, just wear something else.
yeah,
Whatever you want to do.
yeah.
But it's tough.
I told her, maybe ask some kids, see what they might
Feel
it
out.
out, because that's what I
Yeah.
would do. Like, I'm thinking about being a Teletubby.
Is that like cool or lame?
But throw it out as like a half joke. I mean, I'm the master of this kind of stuff. I'm thinking about being a Teletubby. And somebody be like, that's
dumb.
Could you imagine? The worst thing somebody could say, be like, could you imagine? And be like, is that a good or bad though? Still, like, could you imagine? If they say that's hilarious, great.
You're a Teletubby.
You're in business, but you also you had 1-year-old birthday.
Tough.
And we've been trying to fill up fall break. Fall break is very hard to fill up, and
It's very long.
it's very, very long.
We did our best.
We did our best.
I pulled off 2 beach days. I was very proud of myself.
Well, the good news is it's never been more expensive to drive.
My goodness.
It's like $7 right now.
Yeah.
I will say this: as high as gas prices are, I still will drive by Costco gas and go, "It's not worth it."
Well, do you have an hour? Yeah, to like fight in a parking lot.
I drive by Costco.
I can't.
I drive by Costco gas
Costco.
I drive by Costco gas stations and think, or I should say this: I drive by Costco gas station. The way I feel about Costco gas stations is the same way I feel when I see someone running in the morning. I go, "It's just not worth it to me." It's not worth it. It's too much work. I don't like the way I feel when I experience it. I agree with you that is the right thing to do, but not for me. I can't.
Yeah.
It's so chaotic in there. Do what? How much do you save? How much cheaper is Costco
Maybe
gas?
like $5? What do you 10? How much can
total?
you save?
I think per gallon it's like $1.25 sometimes. Cheaper.
Oh my gosh.
Andy, you can save a lot with your van.
With our van. Yeah.
We have a van too.
I know he has like a 10-passenger or like an 8-passenger.
I
Freaking
kind of
homeschool
enjoy.
families, man.
I know, right? We need it. I mean, I would have sprung for the bubble van, but that gets you different kinds of looks. I kind of embrace the chaos because I think it's a great people watching opportunity. To be honest,
Man. See,
it really is.
yeah.
I mean, I've really enjoyed.
Are the
some of that.
lines good? Is it clear entry? Because one of the chaotic things about
Depends
a gas
on the Costco.
Yeah,
Totally
see,
depends
that's
on the
Yeah.
Costco. But the joy is watching some people try to get out through the middle lane. You know, if they're
Yeah.
like they're back and they got to get around, and then somene's like trying to do gas on the other side
Yeah.
of the pump. I mean,
Nice.
that kind of chaos. I'm like, oh, I love watching this.
I've reached my primary financial goal, which is to not have to go to the Costco gas station. That was really my only. I don't want a private jet. I don't want I don't even want to own a home. I just want to be at a financial
Where you
state
can pass.
where I don't have to go to Arco.
I go to Arca.
I know we usually do go to
Yeah.
Arco, but I just
Yeah.
need to. I want to be at a point where I don't have to go to Arco.
Somebody
that was my only
said
goal.
somebody said their financial goal was to always have ice cream in their freezer.
I don't get that one.
Well, it's like a luxury,
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
know.
ice cream's pretty cheap.
It's
I don't know if you
not
guys.
the kind my kids like.
No, I don't know. But if I don't know. My
You got sugar and milk in your cupboard.
yeah, my
Yeah.
single dad. We managed to have off-brand Neapolitan.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll drop
Well,
it.
the funny thing about Neapolitan when you have a child is they eat it by flavor, and there's always
no mixing.
there's always like
All the strawberries left.
yeah.
Just a third.
You sometimes you think you know your kids, and then your child tells you that grape is their favorite Otter Pop, and you're like, you're not mine.
Well, look at that shirt color though.
I mean, but this is totally different. No, I mean that genuinely. Like I opened our freezer the other day, and I saw the only 2 colors left were orange and blue, and I'm like, who's not eating blue?
That's
Who's not eating?
That's
the
true.
blue?
That's a
For
great
the most
point.
part, it's purple and orange. They're left.
But Claire told me purple is one of her favorites. I'm like, do it. Someone get Maury Povich up in here and confirm that you are my child. Grape is one of your favorite Otter Pops?
I think they're getting desperate because they're out in stores. Like, seasonally, Otter Pops are gone.
She's just longing for any of them.
And really what fall break was 16 days where our daughters either like asked or snuck or helped themselves to ice cream.
Yeah.
Every day.
It's so hard to fill up fall break.
they go, well, because it's hot too. And they go, well, can I get Otter Pops?
Yeah.
And we're out.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all gone.
And they're like, grape's my favorite, I guess. Well, it is very hard to fill up fall break. And it's an immense challenge because I had some stuff in LA, so we did an overnighter up there, and so we went to the Griffith Observatory, which is free.
Yeah.
We went to the pop store.
It's not free.
Which is not free. You just put your child in a hotel, and hopefully they feel the bliss of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't swim.
Well,
which is amazing.
I
think we're done with the hotel swim.
We played Traffic Right, which was great. You know what I did is when you were filming,
you went to IKEA.
I took the kids to IKEA. But I actually have a huge parent hack.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm done with the rooms. Like the 3 kids, I have updated their rooms.
Oh, yeah. Renovating rooms. Yeah.
This is a huge parenting.
Melissa spent a lot of fall break
hack.
renovating the girls' room because my dad moved out. And so Joel is in one of the rooms and the girls were sharing a room. And so now they
split them up.
And our house design, Claire's room is functionally a hallway,
and the closet.
It works. Yeah. And the house closet.
Yeah.
But you did some renovation in each of the rooms.
I did. And mostly I just negotiated and showed them online pictures of the furniture. We ended up buying 2 beds and 2 desks.
Right.
But I did not take them into IKEA to pick out their stuff.
Right.
Which is helpful.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they see everything and they want it all. And so we just did, the girls love the food there. And we're killing time.
We all do.
In Burbank. We didn't want to drive back into the city and get stuck in traffic. And so we went to IKEA. We looked through all the showrooms. Claire was convinced she wanted this new bed or this new gaming desk.
Of course, yeah.
And then she forgot after eating lunch at IKEA. We come home. I order LED lights. I install LED lights in the girls' ceilings. And I was joking with them about it was an area problem.
Yeah.
I was doing those with Claire.
They look great. You did such a good job.
If you put LED lights up in your teen's bedroom, you do not have to buy them furniture. You don't have to paint their walls. They are so jazzed about the LED lights.
No, they have the coolest room you've ever seen.
They're $15.
They're cheaper than lava lamps. They're the new lava lamp, and they're cheap, and they won't break. And be like, what do I do with this?
You don't even have to paint. Paint is a cheap way to change a room. LED lights, even cheaper.
And but you have the skills for that because I walked in, I was like, these are very straight.
No, you don't have to get them straight. They look straight.
Oh.
They are not perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they look incredible.
I was a little OCD about it, but not too OCD about it.
They look fantastic.
I would say it's like you with the Christmas lights when you line the house.
Yeah, I get the little gutter clips because I hate a sloppy Christmas light. I'm like, just don't celebrate Jesus' birth.
Tighten that up.
I hate a sloppy Christmas light.
But I promise you, LED lights hide. You can go a little crooked. It still looks cool.
Yeah, you did a great job. It's unbelievable. Yeah. You did some beach days. We did some beach days,
And my friends finally taught me how to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
took 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah. We used to do beach nights.
Yeah.
Which was arrive at 4. You skip the sunscreen. You skip the pop-up tent. You don't even bring chairs. You pack dinner. You watch the sunset.
Right.
Everyone gets a little wet, but not full immersion.
Right.
No,
it's great. We
used to do that.
Yeah, I would like it. I would like an in and out for a beach day. We're not set up.
If you do,
some people they functionally have to put a flag down because they're this is my territory.
They camp.
You're a big beach day guy.
At the beach.
Oh yeah, we post up. I mean,
like a whole
Yeah.
day.
oh yeah, I have a big wagon. We drag everything out. We got a double seater, like fold out thing we put out. Like, I mean, I'm this
Are you-
close to pop up tent, like where I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
put easy up at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I respect
Yeah,
that.
we do like 3 hours. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Like, cause
Like everyone carry whatever you want at the beach,
Oh,
you
yeah.
carry it.
yeah. So we did 10-1, La Jolla Shores. I brought three teenagers, and my 9-year-old, and
Yeah.
then we met some friends of hers. And what we did was you just get those King Hawaiian roll.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just cut them all open and
Yeah.
then put the meat and cheese and then put it back in the cooler.
Yeah. Funny story on this. We took a friend and the friend's mom.
So when I went with you,
Yeah.
yeah,
We took one of Claire's friends and that
Oh,
mom
so funny.
gave us like a lunch pack that she sent and we didn't look into it. And it was like the most unbelievable.
So on the drive home,
yeah,
we all got into this cooler.
It was a pretty big bag, and it was like strawberries, and she had baked muffins, and she was
Yeah.
individual sandwiches, and everyone's like, "This is incredible! This is so good!" And then you go. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, if someone took my 9-year-old to the beach for 5 hours, I could pack a nice cooler. Like,
yeah, that's a lot easier than
yeah,
having this 9-year-old at
send her
home.
out the door.
Yeah,
Because everyone was like, Mom, this is awesome. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it is awesome.
I will say that.
So it was wonderful because then we had food on the
Yeah.
drive home. Because when you show up at the beach, your kids want to eat, and you're
Yeah.
like, it's not even lunchtime, and
If you
here comes
yeah,
the ice cream man, and
yeah,
here we go, fall break and ice cream.
I will say that, and I don't mean this in like a creepy way, but like I'm not a big people watcher, but like beaches are quite an intersection of humanity.
Absolutely.
And let me say
Yes.
this:
Mhm.
if you are ever on the fence about having a child, go see someone with a baby at the beach,
Ooh.
and you will run to get a vasectomy. There is no worse experience for a parent or the baby. You know who hates the beach?
now-
The baby 5 minutes into the beach.
There are a couple beach babies out there.
There are some
They
beach
will
babies.
just eat the sand
Yeah.
and embrace it.
Every baby is a beach baby until that sand gets in their eyes.
Yes.
And then their hands are covered in sand and their eyes are covered in sand, which means now everything is covered in sand. And the only way to save that baby from its agony is to waterboard it.
Yeah.
There's only one way to get sand out of a baby's eyes, and it's to tilt its head back and dump water on it,
It's
which
like-
is literally a form of torture.
Yeah. So it's like pure blood.
The poor baby, you're like, this is for your own good. Ah!
It's like
Where'd you hide the candy?
it's pure bliss.
Yeah.
Right? Sand.
Yeah.
Sure. Sand toys.
Yeah.
And then torture. Yeah. hmm
It's-
And then every crevice of that baby has sand in it.
That baby, it's like drugs. The baby has like the highest of highs and then wakes up in its underwear just shaking, covered in dirt somewhere, and someone's throwing water on their face to save them. It's a terrible experience. It's unbelievable. It's the highest of highs for that baby.
Yes.
It's the most overwhelming sensory experience.
Followed
And
by
then a freaking bird steals their food because the seagulls are at an
yeah.
all-time aggression level right now.
Claire got bit.
Yeah.
She got bit by a seagull.
Yeah, they see water and they're like, that looks amazing. And it's the coldest water they've ever felt because all they've had is a womb and a warm bath. And then they're like, oh, can I drink some of this water? No, you cannot. It's a terrible experience. The poor-
Euphoria
Yeah.
followed by torture.
If your baby is a chill beach baby, that's going to be the chillest adult ever.
That's a real San Diegan right there.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
like train them early, but
Like
poor.
good vibes, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I see in San Diego, you will see babies on surfboards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That baby's going to give you like,
Yeah,
a
little
hang loose.
baby hang
yeah.
loose. Yeah.
Yeah. They're a different
The way
breed.
he says mom.
And once they're
like,
9,
"Rock."
they're dropping in on you in the waves.
Yeah.
ripping your face off.
Yeah. Get out. That happened when we went wakeboarding when we were in Kauai, and I was like trying to change a wave, and like some 9-year-old's like, "Get out of the way, old man." Hey, I'm just trying to get out of here, but yeah, beach baby, it's a tough experience, and I agree that there are some good beach babies, but we just had.
Go ahead. I'll let you
We
finish
just
your
saw a
thought.
baby having a particular hard time.
The worst part about like one baby at the beach, like, okay, you'll pick it up, you'll take care of it. It's the one baby plus the toddler.
Right.
And then the toddler is like barely toilet trained.
Yeah.
And then like bolts wants to go to the playground, not the beach, or is in the water and you're with the baby. So that's when it gets really hairy, is two babies at the beach.
And then this is how the pelican myth came to be, because then the stork, and then a pelican comes and eats your baby, takes it out to the seas. I don't know.
Pelican myth.
I thought the stork, and then I mixed up birds.
All right.
This idiot. I don't know.
And then nobody is enjoying the beach. You're just like walking back and forth from the restroom, and everyone's crying.
I will tell you.
And then you have to carry everything.
The best part about babies is babies have, how do I say this? It's like babies are so honest.
Yeah.
And babies really tell the story.
They tell the truth.
Babies tell the truth. And babies tell the truth about the beach, which is this goes from the best to the worst almost instantly.
100%.
Like, start of the beach is a hassle. Getting to it when you're there in the sand and the experience and everyone, it's fantastic. And then you just try and have a PB&J, and you're like, oh, this is why they call it sandwiches, I guess.
Yes.
Because this, I didn't get crunchy peanut butter, but it is now crunchy peanut butter.
And then there are those like chill San Diegan babies that will like nap on the beach.
What's up, bro?
Did you ever have one of those, Andy?
We didn't have you have a chill baby, beach baby?
Yeah, I mean it's both.
With like a little tent.
You're saying,
like
but
a
again,
tent you can
it's
just kind of lay it in.
But like a colt, you just got to train them into it.
Yeah,
you know? It's like you're gonna chill out. Like let the sand hurt a little bit. It's good for you.
Our third child would sleep anywhere, but I was not taking our third child to the beach. Our 3 children to the beach by myself. That was not going to happen. I have too much lifeguard in me.
Yeah.
You got to cross over to wagon up, because once you wagon up, then you can put a baby in the wagon with the umbrella. They sleep in the shade. It's confined. Covered.
I was a big
or just don't have any more babies.
Yeah,
I was a big pool mom. I even had
scarier to me.
I'm
more scared of pools.
I had a mesh sling that I would wear the baby in the pool with.
Right.
So she could sleep. And then my kids were like 6 and 4, and they were like trained. They knew how to swim. So they swam, and then I could walk around with the baby asleep on me. So that's how I did the pool.
It's all about your level of comfort. And there
were lifeguards. I felt more...
And we like the beach, but we're not natural beach people. And so...
Our kids were like side breathing. They were like good in the pool.
It's kind of like me at a sporting event with a kid. I'm very comfortable at sporting events, and so I'm very comfortable with my children and young children at sporting events.
That's true.
Because I know my way around here. And you're pool comfortable because you were a lifeguard and you know the pool world. And you had
swim instructor. Like, I know.
Pool, growing up, money.
In Texas.
So it's all about whatever environment. And you're more comfortable beach than pool, it sounds like. So
the degree of death between a pool and the beach is far greater by a pool with kids and family around, right? It's one step into a pool.
Yeah, that's going into
you're
pool ownership.
Field.
That's
you're
a whole
totally
different...
right.
Yeah.
But I do think that's more home pool, like public pool.
Yeah. Right.
Like our pool had so many rules. Like you had to be in the pool when your kid was in the pool.
I would have...
Listen, I grew up in Southern California. We all have our own pools, all right?
Yeah.
So the problem is just greater down here, all right? Pop that champagne.
No, that was when we were at Hope Heals, your wife's podcast acquaintance.
Yes.
Was going on and on because they have a pool.
Yes.
She was like, oh, it's public pools. It's fine. Like, it's like a swim diaper doesn't even catch pee anyways. Like, she was so funny and cavalier about peeing in the pool because she's SoCal. And It's just part of our culture. Anyways, it was just a very funny conversation.
Taylor Williams.
She's like, it's not a big deal if you poop in the pool.
Yeah.
Like, the kid.
Taylor Williamson has one of my favorite jokes.
Just fish that out,
he's a
keep
San Diego
swimming.
comic. He goes, he's talking about how restaurants
Heather
used
Eves.
to have
There we go.
restaurants used to have smoking and non-smoking sections.
Yeah.
He's like, to me, that doesn't make sense. That's like having a pool having a peen and no peen section.
That's the same thing.
That's it.
It's so good. It's a
That's
perfect
great.
joke. Taylor Williamson, San Diego's finest. One of them. Okay, let's do an email. Last week we were asking what if you could be any animal, what would you be?
Yeah.
And we got an email. We got a couple emails, but I'm going to read one.
Great.
Shoot these emails to dontmakemecomebackthere@gmail.com. This is from Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Jennifer says, longtime listener, first-time emailer. I would totally be a black bear or a grizzly bear. You spend half the year sleeping and the other half just eating. You get to live in beautiful places. Humans think it's cool to see you, but they're also scared of you. So much fun. Also, I love seeing Dustin live. Love the book. Absolutely just love the podcast. And Melissa is my hero. Keep up the good work. Jen in Denver.
Oh, thanks, Jen. That's a good answer.
Yeah, she's a hero, but she cares for my work. So, you know.
You have inspired her. And I have inspired you.
I think bear is a great option. I guess the reason I didn't say bear, because bear is my favorite animal, is I just still have that idea that bears being hunted. I don't like. I don't want humans to
For their fur.
But do we still hunt? You can't kill a bear anymore, right?
Legally? No.
Yeah. You're right. I'm an idiot. I don't know.
Bear trap.
Only on the show alone
Yeah.
in the Yukon.
Yeah, that's probably true. Good answer.
I think it's a good choice.
That is a good
for sure.
choice.
Yeah.
And I would rather live on land than in the ocean. I chose whale shark. I stand by whale shark-ish because it's a very similar life of leisure.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a bear is much cooler. I think it's harder to get food as a bear, though. You still gotta go catch that fish out of the. Anytime you see that,
Yeah.
you see
They're pretty
them.
good at it, though.
They are pretty good at it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
still looks like a lot of work.
Yeah.
The way that like whales eat,
I'm with you on the whale thing. You're not wrong.
What is that? A wooden boy I just took into, or no, or his maker?
Yeah, who's this prophet?
Yeah. Anyways, all right, everybody, that's our episode. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, folks, want to give a special shout out to our As Essential as Oils patrons. Ooh, that's $25 up a month. That's a big money right there. What you get is you get a special shout out on this podcast at the end right now. So, first up,
April Griffiths.
Adam Bush,
Allison Nelson.
Bonnie Galindo,
Carrie Teague.
Caroline Crimmins,
Code to Grow.
Courtney Eibling,
Damaris Diaz-Stevens.
Dan and Chelsea Morell,
Daniel Owens.
David and Melissa Cox,
Dave Hoagland.
Isaac Teron,
Jason White.
Jennifer Ashley Downs,
Jessica Hanturand.
Joshua and Nikki Platt,
Jordan Lara.
Jordan Cowan,
Juliana Smith.
Lori Amos,
Matt and Sam Slosdom.
Nathan and Jennifer Merritt,
Nicole Caroz.
Rachel Wilson,
Rachel Kennedy.
Robert and Nellie Capin,
Stephen Menya.
and Tiffany Payne. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Bam, 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 bam.